Hey, g'day guys. Right, coming up this episode, we are doing the alternator mount on poly. That proved to be tricky, but we got there. So we'll show you that. Next up on the plan is to start to get a cage on this car. And we're going to take you through how we go about building that and what gear we're using to build it. See you soon. Down to it now.
Grind your shit.
Okay. Okay folks, we're back. We created some room on the SD card. Stuart has been talking a big game.
I'm doing marvellous things.
So at the moment we're waiting for paint to dry. And we could just watch it.
I was going to say that.
But we decided we have far more important things to do, surprising as that may seem. And so we're doing this. This is little Stuart here. He's bloody getting all builder on me. He's got little pencil squiggles with 35mm, and he's done some bloody long division and some minus calculations and some alpha retards in there.
You can't post that, you get fucking pencil.
And now he's got my drill press and he's burgling all the sharp drills. What are you making?
I'm making a bracket for the alternator.
So we're making a bracket for the alternator apparently. Stu seems to think that's an important component of the car. So Stu is making up our alternator bracket.
That's as far as I've got in about an hour.
But it's tricky because we've got to get it like forward enough for the pulley to be on the belt, but across this way and that way enough for the belt to clear the water neck, because we're straddling the water neck, just on the money. So it's a little fiddly, but you know, custom shit is sometimes. Jesus, we pissed about. Anyway, got a tow hook on. Go Ken. In other news, Stuart, the maestro, has made up a mount for our alternator, and so we have just spent a good half an hour trying to work out whether we've got the pulleys lined up right.
How perfect is perfect?
But we reckon.
Take a gander at that.
It's pretty good.
That'll bloody go.
We reckon we might be off by half a mil, but we're not breaking welds to fix half a mil. We're just going to go with it.
Get right in there, Ken. Let the people see.
So that's what Stuart's looking to try and sell.
Yeah.
So we need a slightly longer bolt, but that is going to, and then we're going to run a tensioner, not this tensioner, but a tensioner off this guy that will take this belt to about there, which means our water neck is clear. But she's snug, but not as snug as most things on a car. So we think we'll get away with it. So that's our high mount alternator. And we're just lining
Looks
it.
good. Looks like a bloody bought thing.
Looks like
I reckon.
Looks like a bought thing.
It looks a little bit skewer. No, it's because the engine's skewer.
So now we've got it pivoting. What we're going to do is run a hook over here to pick up this mount, and then the alternator. We can't actually pivot it too far that way.
Well, I thought we were basically, like, we are going to have something there, but it's essentially going to be hard mounted because the bottom pulley is going to do our tensioning.
Yeah, that's it. So we're going to have a hook off here, running over here and fixed, so it won't slide, but the tensioner down there will slide to take up tension on the belt. So kind of where it's sitting is almost where it will sit. We could actually run a hook this way.
Yeah.
We don't have to go over the top.
Mm-hmm.
We could come from the bottom. So that will go on there. Like that. And that's our adjuster. What's Stewie doing? What's he got going on?
I'm trying to think about where the slide's going to go. I think this is pretty well happy where it is. Got a little bit of lift.
It doesn't need much of a... That tensioner just needs to be nearly at the end of that thing, doesn't it?
Oh, there's a fucking who left that tack on there? Oh, there's one at the back too. Hang on. Fucking Butterfingers.
What are you doing?
I'm struggling, alright? What's going on in there?
I don't know. What are you playing at?
I'm trying to sit this in there so that stays up, so you don't have to hang on to it.
Do
then
it.
You could get...
Oh,
there's a bloody bracket there. That's why it won't work. Sit it down on that. Does that do anything?
That's shit.
Oh, well, you can't want to walk in. No, that's working. That's perfect, actually.
Actually, it is.
Now go grab the slide and find out where that needs to go. Do you want to bolt that up just lightly? Beautiful. So while Kent's fucking around with this, I'm thinking this slide wants to be here. He's making a slide at the bottom, tension it, but I figured having this one work as well is still not a bad idea, given that we've got might as well use it.
G'day trendsetters. So, Stewie's bracket. And
that's going to go on
guide.
there, like that. Alternator fixes on there, slide there.
So then we've got this guy. So there's the alternator slide, and then we've knocked up this bracket. So we're just about to cut these tacks off, take this guy off, so we can drill a hole in the back here to get the slide out if we ever need to, and then we'll weld this on here. We'll put a finish weld down here and down in here, and then that bracket all lines up, and with a little bit of luck it'll work. That's what we're going with. So it just works.
Have you got any brain capacity to answer a question?
Yeah, man.
Where do you think our baseline is? Ideally. Because I think that's what we're both fighting, and once one of us locks it in, it might fuck up the other person, you know?
Correct. Okay, so let's work that out now. Let's check the belt on.
Yep.
And I reckon baseline is equidistance here.
Do you even just have a bit of string or something, or a bit of twine that we can set to the length that we want?
We just need the line, don't we?
Yeah. That's too short.
Do you reckon?
I think so. I've been wrong before though.
Well, can kind of work.
Where's your slide going to go? Just get the extender on it.
Huh?
Get the rope extender.
I don't think I've got one.
Oh,
I think I sold it.
Yeah, good.
I tell you what would be ideal, a bungee.
Oh yeah, that would be ideal. Or just even a bit of rope that wasn't too short. That'd be good too.
Final piece of the puzzle, and there she is. So this is our aircon mount, aircon pulley, the old aircon mount chopped off, welded onto a new mount bracket using the old aircon mount location points, and still adjustable, so we can fine tune the adjustment with this guy. Then this is a Bosch 24 volt 55 amp alternator. We have used an old slide off a Bronco, so we can adjust the alternator here and down there, and then Stewie's made up a bracket here which essentially mounts onto, on the front of the TD42 you've got a lift point, so we unbolted that lift point and made up a bracket that uses the same mounts, and that's what this is sitting on. And then Stewie's pretty swish airbox hooked up with a 3-inch pipe onto the turbo, and born on entry snorkel running all the way up. Now I won't show you too much of the back of the car because we're always ahead of the game in this place, and down the back there's a bit of pipe work going on, so you'll see that in another episode. Stay tuned. Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, so I'm doing a bit of cool shit that I thought I should show you. Right, so I don't really have a steering wheel for this car, which is, I don't know, probably good to have one. So a mate of mine gave me this thing. This is a GU steering wheel, airbag version, no centre. Got the horn, no centre. What to do? Make one out of some ply and some wood, and a couple of bits of aluminium. So I cover the front with a bit of bog to make it smooth, and that go in there, holes lined up, and now I have a centre. So coat of hammerite, job done. Do I have a gap there? Yes, I do. Do I care? Not really. Be nice to cover it, I suppose. Maybe some... well, I actually don't know. But anyway, there's my centre. Now what I'm thinking is, I might get one of those Nissan grill emblems. Hey, stick it in the middle. That cool. It's kind of a fun job actually. So, plot thickens. Alright, I don't know if you remember, but I had this thing, which was sitting in my bin. So that is the rusted centre console out of that car. So that was sitting in there. And I had an idea. I thought I can salvage a bit of that. This car has got a grey fascia. So I've carved that thing up into a million pieces. It's all on the floor. And that. And then it was straight, right? Nothing a heat gun won't fix. So I stuck a heat gun on it. So that will sit in there. And once that's dried off, that sits in there like that. I have to sand a little bit more off, but that will be my fascia. Okay, end of the day for me. So it's probably taken me, I don't know, 2.5 hours. So this is gluing, that's drying. What else have I done today? Oh, a tidy up job, put some oil in the diff. So I think we'll have a steering wheel, and it won't look hoody like that. So here's something funky. I have made myself a in-cab Freespool, manual Freespool. So I've done it using the sway bar disconnect. So the rear sway bar disconnect cable I've disconnected from the back of the car. Where it mounts under the dash is the same, and then on my other car I've run it through to the front, and then on my PTO winch I've made up, or I've adapted a hub for the winch that allows me to pull on that cable lever and it disengages my PTO winch for Freespool. It's proven to be pretty effective, hasn't given me any trouble. So I've decided to do the same thing with this car, except this time, because that handle for disconnect is kind of tucked down under the dash a bit, on this one I've decided to make up this. Now I'm not going to get any points for I don't know, fanciness, but it works. So PTO shifters here, engage, disengages right there. So it's all pretty basic. I used some scrap, tacked it on to see if it'll work, and then when it did work, I'm like, I'm just going to leave that. So this is the sway bar disconnect lever, and I've taken the knob off it. Now when you take the handle off it, which is a shit to get off, it leaves you with a notched thing. So I just notched a bit of plate and pulled on that so I can hold that open. Now it doesn't lock out, which was a problem with my old one, because I kept on forgetting to release it, and then Stu would be yelling at me like, "You're still in Freespool, you clown." So this I just hold out, Freespool, let it go, and the spring will pull it back, and then jump straight down onto here. So it's kind of handy. Got our seats mounted, got a new fancy steering wheel in with the centre. So I've still got to do this bit for the PTO shifter. So this, I've mounted the bracket. This is the end of the cable. This will have a sleeve on it, and it will push and pull, and that will disconnect my PTO winch. So get that sorted, and we'll have Freespool and PTO. Folks, okay, so bit of news. I bought myself a tube bender. So after a lot of deliberation, I ummed and ahed about it because they're bloody expensive. But I've ended up grabbing one. I've ended up going with a Speedworks bender from Australia, and this is their Model 1. So the limitations of the Model 1 really is that it can only do, well, they say up to about 110 degrees on their website, on their YouTube it says I think 100, but it can go to about 110. So more than 90, and I'm not sure that I'll be bending that frequently where I need to go more than 90, because price differences in New Zealand dollars at the moment. This thing was 1,800 bucks for the bender. The Model 2, which gives you a bigger range of bend, was like 2,800, so another $1,000 to give you the ability to bend a bigger range. So this is here. So the air over hydraulic, so it's got the menu line hooked up there. I've bought so I'm bending pipe for my cage. It's cheap. I was going to do DOM, so mandrel tube, but mandrel tube is expensive. So this stuff, 6.5 meter length of this was, I can't remember, like 65 bucks for 6.5 meter length. DOM is about 40 per meter. So over 6.5 meters, you're probably at 280, nearly 300 bucks for a length versus, 65 or 70 for a length. So it's 3.2 mil wall, 42.4 outer diameter. So it's going to help, right? So that's what I'm using. So this is the bender. Basically, ram comes up, pushes the die, so that's a 6-inch die, and folds the pipe around this thing. So this is my first attempt, and I've marked a bunch of little marks there, I think you can see. So this is to give me an idea, if I do a 90-degree bend, how much pipe do I need, and then I can start. And where is my start mark? So at this stage, I've put my start mark here, right at the front of the die, and then clamped it. So that's where I'm bending from, and that way I can start to calculate out where my bends need to start and finish. So if we do a main hoop, we get it landing in the right place. So it's kind of important. Anyway, let's have a go and see what happens. So there's my bend. You can see just a little squish mark there where it squished it. Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, pretty clean bend. Anywho, so geez, it starts bending just past. So there's my die, and I can actually feel a little. It literally is bending right just past that die. So that's kind of good to know. And the bend stops right there. So that tells me in 10mm increments how much tube I've used. So I'm now going to stick a 45 on this and see what that does. 45.1. Let's just check my zero. Yeah, zero. So then I bent, so 90, 45, that was supposed to be a 22.5, it ended up a 25. So I've had my play, I've managed to cock up enough stuff to know what I need to do. So yeah, so that's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching and tuning in. We got a fair bit of pipe work coming up, so once we get that in the can, we'll put that one out. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next bit.